Hello, my name is Josephina. Today I'll be talking about behavior management system on pros and cons and differentiations. Today we'll be exploring the pros and cons of behavior management systems in the early childhood classroom education. We will look all the foundation theories behind these systems, how to integrate them, and how to differentiate them while maintaining every child's integrity, dignity, and worth. What is behaviorism? To understand behavior management, we must first define behaviorism. Behaviorism is a physiological theory that focuses strictly on observable actions rather than internal thoughts. According to the National University, behaviorism suggests that all behaviors are learned through interactions with our environment. By altering the environment specifically through rewards or consequences, educators can shape and change each student's behavior. B.F. Skinner is the first major theorist who developed operating conditioning. Skinner believed that a behavior followed by a positive reinforcement is more likely to be repeated in the early childhood classroom. This applies directly to our reward system. When a child shares a toy and the teacher immediately praises them, that positive reinforcement makes the child more likely to share again in the future. Another theory is John B. Watson, who built upon Pavlov's classical conditioning. Watson believed that humans learn through association in the classroom. This applied to routines. For example, playing a beat cleanup song every day conditions the children to associate that music with putting toys away, eventually putting the transition automatic and stress free. Behavior management looks different depending on ages. For toddlers and pre-K students, systems must be highly visual and immediate. A first then board is a great example. It uses pictures to show. First we clean up, then we play. Another example is simple stickle chart. Where immediately visual rewards are given for foundational behaviors like sharing or using the potty. For kindergarten and early elementary, students can handle delayed gratification and group goals. A class-wide reward jar where the whole class earns marbles for a good transition to win in a pizza party. Builds teamwork. Schools might also use PBIS point systems where students earn school bucks to spend at a school store. Finally, individuals' desk charts can be used to track for staying on task. To successfully integrate these systems, teachers cannot just put a chart on the wall and expect it to work. The rules must be explicitly taught and modeled. Integration requires consistency. If one teacher gives a sticker for a behavior, the assistant teacher must do the same. Furthermore, the focus should always be on catching children doing the right thing rather than constantly pointing out the wrong. There are several pros to these systems. First, they provide incredibly clear expectations. Young children thrive on and knowing exactly what earns a reward makes them feel secure. According to Kretschmer, consistent behavior system significantly increases academic engagement and create a safer, more structured environment for everyone. However, there are also cons. The biggest risk is that heavy reliance on rewards can destroy a child's intrinsic motivation. They might only behave well if they know they are getting a prize. Public system like clipping down on a color chart can cause immense shame and anxiety. Finally, these systems often just treat the symptom, not the root cause, such as a child acting out because they are hungry or experiencing trauma. We must differentiate these systems. For a student with special needs like autism, a sticker might not be motivating, but earning 5 minutes with a favorite sensory toy is. We must also consider culture and family dynamics. For instance, in some cultures, avoiding eye contact is a sign of respect and not defiance. We must ensure our system do not penalize children for their cultural norms and that rewards are assembled and meaningful to their unique backgrounds. Finally, looking through the Christian worldview, we must remember that every child is created in the image of God and possesses inherent human dignity. When differentiating and applying behavior systems, we must ensure our practices never publicly shame and isolate or demand a student. Instead of our systems should not be rooted in grace and compassion, aiming to gently guide them so they can truly flourish as the unique individual God created them to be. And lastly, these are my references. This concludes my presentation, and thank you for watching.